Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live Spirit Frequencies. This is Dom from Upstate Supernatural, and I have Scott here with me. And let me go to your camera view. And Scott's actually in Philly right now. He's going to be doing a event in Philly. You just actually did one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the Paracon here for a friend of mine, and then now I'm attending the Nick Groff tour, which is this coming weekend here, this Saturday at Penhurst. So it'll be interesting to see what we get as far as evidence-wise from the first event to the second event. So we'll see if we get the same type of EVPs, if the spirits will remember me. Um, it's kind of an experiment, and I've been doing some research on some other locations locally here, so I'm kind of excited. So
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to Penhurst, but I've heard so many great stories about Penhurst. And there's some locations I know they don't even allow to the public. Hopefully, maybe with your second time around, you're able to actually go to some of them as well. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
well, they opened up the Devon building for us to be able to investigate. There's a building there on the premises I really, really want to get into, which is the Quaker building, and I know that they don't really allow investigators into that location. So there are a number of buildings on the premises that are just crazy, crazy active, and you literally can just walk around. It's a huge, huge campus. Um, I walked around for hours just checking things out, and it is just amazing. It's an amazing location, and the Penhurst Paracon 2, and they've already set up ready for Paracon 3 already, so if you go onto their website and check it out, their tickets sell pretty quick, so I think they said the last time they sold theirs out within 3 days.
Wow, that's impressive. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
So I'm kind of excited. Actually taken when we switched to view. I brought my equipment with me to the location onto the premises. So there were some things I brought with me. There was a little mallet that from the Michigan when I was down in Michigan, but at the Missouri State Pen, some inmates actually made a mallet, and I brought that onto the location. And I wanted to see if bringing an item from another location to that location would interact with something. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works. And then I bring all my stuff with me just in case, because I don't know. I don't like leaving everything in the hotel room. So my board actually went with me. So we don't know. It'll be interesting to see what's going to come of that tonight.
And I would like to welcome in everybody. We got sorry, I'm trying to fix my mic. I guess the mic is really low. Let's see if that's a little better. I'd like to welcome in Corey, Court, Albert, Doppelganger, Pumpkinhead, which is Perry, and Rusty Reporter Alex, and anybody else that may be watching. You can watch us live on Ustream. You can watch us live on LPTV. You can watch us live on Broadband TV, YouTube as well. And you can chat with us live through liveparanormal.com/page/ LPTV chat. Which, now that I'm looking at that banner is actually blocking that, which, let me try to correct that real quick. Just happened to look at it and notice that the banner was way over. But, yeah, we're happy to have everybody in here. We're happy to talk with everybody and have everybody kind of joining in with our show. And I'm just moving some of these banners around. You'll see a difference in a second. And just let me do that real quick. My apologies. I just noticed looking at it a second ago. But there you go. The screen now looks a little different. And yeah, James actually is having some things going on at his house, so he's not able to make it with us. Michelle will actually be back with us next week. So we will have her joining in with us as well. And we're happy to kind of have her jumping in here and there, just so get a little taste of variety with different investigators. She investigates actually in my hometown as well. I've investigated her. We co-host the Supernatural Expo at the Auburn Mall in the fall, and any of the events that we do, Upstate Supernatural does, we try to co-host it with her team, which actually they're pretty much a bunch of girls and we're a bunch of guys. So I mean, it kind of makes it a little little interesting in that aspect. But I do have evidence from last week, and it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. I'd like to go ahead and play that for everybody.
Now, each of us have an object that allows us to be able to communicate with you. Can you tell us what the name of that object is? James has one in front of him, and I have one in front of me as well. Now, each of us have an object that allows us to be able to communicate with you. Can you tell us what the name of that object is? James has one in front of him, and I have one in front of me as well.
Do you know Scott or Dawn? Or anybody in the chat rooms? Do you know Scott or Dawn? Or anybody in the chat rooms? Is there anything you'd like to know about me? Feel free to ask. Is there anything you'd like to know about me? Feel free to ask. And how many of these entities know us or are related to us? And how many of these entities know us or are related to us?
Now, each of us have an object.
And that was all the evidence that we found. Definitely thought I heard a little girl's voice in James's portion of that where he was using the Ouija board. I could have swore I heard a hi from James. And I'd like to also welcome in Hippie as well. And everybody, thanks for being in here. If you're on Ustream, you're on YouTube, Broadband TV, wherever, Live Paranormal, LPTV, wherever you are, I'd like to thank everybody for being in here. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do a burst session. I'm going to see if I can catch anything in the location that I'm at. Anybody that's new, I do this actually with live spirit frequencies. I also do it with the Spirit Box Weekly. I'm going to try to do this right now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off Scott's audio real quick. Okay, so now all you can do is hear where I am. And Janet, thanks for being in here as well. There is nobody here, and again, this location is about 175 years old. It's not known to be haunted, but I have experienced things here actually throughout all the tests and all the shows that I've done. And I did experience a couple things before that. But we have captured a bunch of different anomalies within this area. Any spirits, this is Dominic. I'd like to try to communicate with you, and I'd like to say thank you for your presence. I would like to personally apologize because I'm not going to be doing a Friday show like I normally do. My good friend Josh is getting married. Now, spirits, how are you doing? How are things going on? How often are you able to come and visit us and communicate with us? Wow, I'm hearing something right there. And again, there is nobody here. No one is within the house. That was a car that was going by. Now, spirits, what do we look like to you? Are we easy to see? How do you block us out when we're doing something stupid or something you don't want to see? How do you block seeing us or seeing that? And lastly, how do you feel? Okay, I'm going to turn this off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And now I'm going to play this back, and anybody that's listening, if you're wearing headphones, you may want to turn them down. This could be extremely loud. And for any newcomers, I'd like to welcome everybody in here. I see Janet's actually leaving. I hope you feel better. The reason we actually instigated the YouTube chat was actually because the live paranormal, as we were using it, it came back and did a feedback I was playing through during the show. That's the only reason it's on. But hopefully it kind of grows on both sides. So everybody, don't forget to check out liveparanormal.com. Go there, check out radio shows. There's radio shows every Tuesday and Wednesdays and numerous days. You have Tuesday every other week with Scott and Jen Anderson. You have Tuesday at 10 p.m. with Nikki Paranormal and the owner Rob Zarek of Live Paranormal. And then you have shows on Saturday with Sophia. And there's numerous radio shows on there. There's a bunch of new things coming on there. So don't forget to check out liveparanormal.com. But I'm going to go ahead and play this back. So if you're wearing headphones, don't forget to turn them down and then turn them up to a comfortable level. Any spirits, this is Dominic. I'd like to try to communicate with you, and I'd like to say thank you for your presence. I would like to personally apologize because I'm not going to be doing a Friday show like I normally do. My good friend Josh is getting married. I'm not going to be doing a Friday show like I normally do. My good friend Josh is getting married. Now, spirits, how are you doing? How are things going on? How often are you able to come and visit us and communicate with us? Wow, I'm hearing something right there. And again, there is nobody here. No one is within the house. That was a car that was going by. Now, spirits, what do we look like to you? Are we easy to see?
You're in a loud hum. Yes, you look like people to us.
How do you block us out when we're doing something stupid or something you don't want to see? How do you block seeing us or seeing that?
You walk away.
Us or seeing that.
Yeah, we walk away.
And lastly, how do you feel? Turn this off.
Yeah, I'm hearing. I feel something. Very interesting. Trying to figure out what the hell that hum is from. That's very odd. I may be picking up a new mixer, which I have. I have the microphone through it. I have the Skype through it, which patches into the computer. And this thing, I've been having some issues with it, so I may end up getting rid of this and just getting a new one. But Scott, I am all set for you. I'm going to mute up, and I got everything patched over, so should be good.
Okay, thanks, Dom. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to take an EVP that was captured at Penhurst and play it and see if, while I'm using the board, if there's any interaction from hearing the EVP and if it will bring the spirit that was captured there here. So. So if anyone didn't hear it, I'll play it one more time. Okay, now if anyone wasn't sure what that was, it's EVP that's captured down in the Devon building in the basement area, saying my brother John. And so from that, let's go ahead and get into using the Ouija board. And what I'm going to do is also run a recorder. All right, spirits of communication. My name's Scott, and I am here with no disrespect or harm. I'm just here to communicate with you and be able to share your story. Now, if there's a male spirit here with me currently, can you move the planchette to either a yes or a no? Can you tell me or show me how old you are by moving the planchette to a number? Feel free to use my energy to be able to use my hands to move the planchette to either a number or a letter or a word. Now, the EVP said earlier by the name of John, is that correct? Can you tell me what your favorite color is? What is the easiest way for us to be able to communicate with you? Is it through a Ouija board? Do you prefer more than one person to use it? Can you tell me something special about you? What your first letter of your name is? Can you tell me, would you like me to bring the board to a location? Can you tell me something special about you? Do candles help? It's starting to get kind of warm actually in here. If you have a message for somebody in the chat room, can you tell me what the message is? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out the board, but before I do, if there's anything you would like to say, there is a recorder right there on the desk there. Feel free to scream it really, really super loud for me. All right, well, thank you, spirits. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close out the board. And I want to tell you thank you for your communication. Okay, now what I'm going to do is flip over to planchette, see if it moves. What I'll do here is I'm going to actually switch the screen. There you go. All right.
All right, spirits of communication. My name is Scott, and I am here with no disrespect or harm. I'm just here to communicate with you and be able to share your story. With you and be able to share your story. All right, spirits of communication. My name is Scott, and I am here with no disrespect or harm. I'm just here to communicate with you and be able to share your story.
I'm hearing something in that.
And be able to share your story.
If anyone hears anything, please put it in the chat.
Now, if there is a male spirit here with me currently,
Yeah,
can you
Scott,
move
I'm
the
hearing
planet
help me.
either yes or no?
Because I'm hearing something within that.
Yeah, I'm hearing help me through that.
Now, if there is a male spirit here with me currently, can you move the planchette to either yes or no? Can you, tell me or show me how old you are by moving the planchette to a number? Feel free to use my energy to be able to use my hands to move the planchette to either a number or a letter or a word. Now, the EVP said earlier. Now, the EVP said earlier.
Hearing I did.
Now, the EVP said earlier by the name of John. Is that correct? Can you tell me what your favorite color is? What is the easiest way for us to be able to communicate with you? Is it through a Ouija board?
Scott, can you turn that back a second?
Mm-hmm.
I could have swore I just heard a male voice say my name is.
What is the easiest way for us to be able to communicate with you? Is it through a Ouija board? Do you prefer more than one person to use it? Can you tell me something special about you? What your first letter of your name is? Can you tell me, would you like me to bring the board to a location? Can you tell me something special about you? Do candles help? candles help? It's starting to get kind of warm actually in here. If you have a message for somebody in the warm actually in here. If you have a message for somebody in the chat room, can you tell me what the message is? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out the board, but before I do, if there's anything you would like to say, there is a recorder right there on the desk there. Feel free to scream it really, really super loud for me. To say, there is a recorder right there on the desk there. Feel free to scream it really, really super loud for me. Alright, well thank you, spirits. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close out the board, and I want to tell you thank you for your communication. Okay, now what I'm going to do is flip over the planchette, see if it moves.
All right, John, that's everything I've got.
I actually thought I heard something at the ass end of it, because I wasn't on. I wasn't talking to you. You're talking about flipping the board over, and then it says something like, it's just started talking. That was kind of weird. Let me see. Everybody should be able to hear me a little bit better. I apologize. I got to get rid of this mixer. This thing is dying on me. But, yeah, definitely some interesting anomalies within that Ouija board session. And we still got another about 20 minutes or so. I do see a bunch of people within the chat on YouTube as well. And I'd just like to personally thank everybody for being in here. And I'm going to go ahead and play that little promo for one of the other channels out there. And I just want to play that real quick.
Each week, we would like to showcase and say thank you to those that have supported us throughout our journey within the field. This week, we would like to honor and say thank you to Spooky Raven. Spooky and Raven do a YouTube series known as Anything But Ordinary, which you can view that every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Central. These shows are talk shows of famous unsolved mysteries, famous hauntings, all of which are very interesting, and they make it a very interactive experience throughout their whole show. You can also find Spooky Raven on their own website. You can find it in the upper part of their link on YouTube. It'll take you to Anything But Ordinary 2.wix.com/Anything But Ordinary, where you can find upcoming shows, previous shows, and there's even a backup player and chat. You can also click on there and listen live. They also have their shows and other findings from their shows on SoundCloud. If you'd like to find them on SoundCloud, type in Anything But Ordinary or go to soundcloud.com/Raven-1. Don't forget to check out as well their Facebook, and don't forget to jump over there and give them a like. Each week we would...
Alright, and we're back. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm thinking let's do some spirit box stuff. You know, we got another 20 minutes or so. We can do another burst session, but let's see about trying to do a little burst session. Let's see what happens. This is the 12808. You can actually watch on our YouTube channel under Ghost Hunter Tech DIY how to hack this radio. You can find them on eBay for probably about between $35 and $50 roughly, and it has shortwave. It has a multitude of different things on here. I have a quartz antenna which I have linked into it. There's this bad boy right there. I'm just gonna... You hear that okay, Scott? Any spirits that may be within communication. I have Scott here with me, and this is Dominic. Hello, hello. It's Chuck. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Could you say hello to Perry and to Alex? Alex is Rusty Reporter and Perry is Pumpkinhead Paranormal. Wondering if you could say hello. Now, any spirits as you try to communicate, the slower that you try to talk and the louder that you try to talk, the better we can hear you. I can hear you in the distance. Can you tell me where you are? Can you tell me the address? What's the address here? Where exactly are you? Can you say left or right? Left? In front or back? No, who is this that's speaking to us right now? I know you're here. It's William? William, is that you? Mr. Scott, is that you? Yeah, William Bill Scott. We've talked in the past, so I remember you. You asked what is wrong with me? I'm gonna turn this down. Scott, you were doing a burst session, right? Okay. So I'm gonna turn that down right now. Scott was doing a burst session as I was doing that. Did you want to go ahead and play that back? I can't hear your mic. I think you're muted.
I was recording as you were doing it, and I was just sitting here quietly to see if anything would come across.
Okay.
But yeah.
I figured maybe we can play it back, see if we captured anything through that.
Just so everyone's aware, this could be loud.
And I'm also going to be muting up, just to let everybody know.
Ooh, there's something right there. Ooh. I heard the word cash. All right, Dom, that was everything that I had on that. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Tell you, it was very interesting. There was a couple of them that were very interesting because one said cash, and then what I thought I heard is the radio say cash right after it. It's interesting. The other one, I have to really kind of like listen to it further on being able to analyze it and change the sounds to it to be able to really see what else is on there.
Yeah, I mean, on my end, I believe I heard William, and I believe when I asked if you could say left or right, I could have swore I heard left. I mean, I definitely thought I heard it say left, which is pretty outstanding. But I'd like to give a huge shout out to Nikki Paranormal. She was in here earlier, and I'm sure she's probably still here. Love Peace Paranormal, Court, Rusty, Pumpkinhead Paranormal, Rock City Marco, Doppelganger, Corey, Janet Wolf, Hippie Lydia, everybody for tuning in, and everybody don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share. Let everybody kind of know what we're doing. We're testing out different things, and I know everybody else is kind of doing the same thing, but we do try to do it a little differently. We're, Scott's in Arizona, I'm here in New York, James is in Canada, and we're trying different methods. Water ITC, Ouija, next will be video ITC, and as I'm talking about it, don't forget to sign up and register for liveparanormal.com. And the last episode, our 10th episode of this session with Ouija boards, we're going to be raffling off a custom-made Ouija board for free. So all you guys got to do is register in with Live Paranormal and be in the chat on our 20th episode for this season with Live Spirit Frequencies. We'll be raffling that off and be sending it out to somebody. So don't forget to sign up for liveparanormal.com and try to register with that. But I'd like to thank Dave Harding, Spooky and Raven, which is Raven. And don't forget to subscribe and share to each other. And don't forget to just check out everybody's stuff. Look up My Paranormal Corner. Scott is a part of My Paranormal Corner. He has a YouTube channel. He has a website. He's got awesome stuff on there. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And Scott, is there anything you'd like to kind of put in there?
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat on Live Paranormal as well as on YouTube for all the support, from all of us. It means a lot. And just want to say again, thank you to Nikki and everybody. It's been awesome to be able to do this and set it up. And I'm excited this Saturday to see where it goes, and who knows where we'll Skype from.
And again, as always, something I like to kind of say, if there are voices in the dark, if spirits are trying to talk to us, isn't it time we really listen? Isn't it time we listen? So dare to believe. Everybody have a beautiful night, and we will catch you next week.